Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jamie, aka Rick here, bringing you part 17 of my GTA4 Let's Play. In this episode, I go meet Brucey, so it was the first job I do for him really, apart from getting the car, but yeah, so I go meet Brucey. He tells me to perform a hit on this guy, but he's not too sure where he is, so I have to go and take a police car, which is a big enough challenge on its own, although I find one that I've drove past quite a few times by the side of the road, so I steal that, get away quite easily. Then you look in the computer for this guy, and you find out where he lives, and you have to go there, and there's a bit of a chase, and yeah, you end up, I'll see you right at the end, or not right at the end, but about halfway through this video I end up killing him, so it's all good. Find him, chase him down, takes a little while. So, but to start with, I thought there was one of them chase downs where it like stops at a certain point and gets out, but after a little while I realised it wasn't, so I just started shooting his car, which I could have got it over and done with a bit quicker than I did. But anyway, after that I get a call from Mallory, like saying to go and meet this woman called Elizabetha, and she'll have some work for me, so I do that and go back over there, meet her, and she wants me to watch over a drug deal. So I think his name's Patrick, is it? It's like an Irish guy. Yeah, she wants me to watch over his drug deal because she doesn't trust the people that he's doing it with. And that'll be in the next video, the drug deal. It's a good mission. I'll enjoy doing it, so look forward to that in part 18. But in this episode I'm going to be talking about a couple of things. First, some updates on my ideal first person shooter. So I've played Brink since that's come out, so there's a couple of aspects from that. And PSP, which I've recently got. I might have mentioned it before, but yeah, so I'm going to talk a little bit about PSP. So it's a new experience for me. It's been ages, like it's been out ages, and I've only just got it, so yeah, it's quite exciting. Anyway, so the things I'd add to my ideal first person shooter, firstly, is a gun game, which is from Counter-Strike's. Probably the one I've played from is Source, but it might have come before that in 1.6. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'd definitely put gun game, like game mode in it, because it's one of my favourite game modes of all time, a gun game. It's just the fact you all start off with like the lowest weapon, and then as you go through, you move on to better handguns, then submachine guns, then assault rifles, then sniper rifles, and then like say an explosive of some sort, like rocket launchers maybe, and then grenades, or yeah, grenade, and then you got knife at the end, which it's normally the hardest one. Although I wouldn't make it like COD where the knife's a one hit kill, make it like Counter-Strike where it takes a couple, like 2 I'd say, so you got to be a bit, you can't just go up to someone and go stab and you won the game, because that's not how it should be. It should be harder than the others, so I think there's got to be a couple more hits, say 2, possibly even 3, just for gun game. Because normally the beatdown would be like a 2-hit kill, so, but in this be maybe 3, just to make it a little bit more tricky for you. Obviously see how it goes. If it's too hard, then I'd change it back down to 2, which shouldn't be that difficult. So yeah, firstly I'll put that in it, my first person shooter. Then I recently bought Brink, as I mentioned. It's an amazing game, I loved it. I wasn't too sure about it. I watched Total Biscuit's video on it, and thought, that looks great, so then I watched my brother play a little bit, because he bought it on Xbox, and I played a little bit. I thought, yeah, this feels good, so I bought it on PC. Ended up playing like half the price my brother paid for it on Xbox, but you'll always get that with PC games, they'll always be cheaper, which is a great thing for me. So it makes my gaming experience a lot cheaper, which is great, so always love that about PC games. Anyway, before I said about having perks in the game, like kind of like Call of Duty style, that'd be like faster reloading, more ammo, detect enemy explosives, and yeah, and a couple of others. I'd like the aiming up time, but I'm going to scrap the aiming up time and bring in revive and or replenish health, which is like the medic from Brink basically. But yeah, so instead of these being perks, there'll be 4 classes in the game, and each class will have one of these abilities. So, and obviously they can buff certain other other people with their abilities. So, say you have the faster reload as your class. If you buff someone, then they'll reload faster, and you'll get points for that towards your leveling up and stuff, gaining weapons, attachments, all that good stuff. So it'll be beneficial for you to buff people. You've got obviously the limit on how many you can buff. I think it'll be 5. You won't have 5 right from the off. You start off with 3, and it will slowly build up over time. And it will build up faster if you kill people or shoot people, you know, get assists, that kind of stuff, capture objectives. It will boost that up faster. So the more people you shoot, the more objectives you go after, or anything like that, the more buffs you unlock. So then you can buff more people in your party, and then you can keep pushing onwards. And so obviously that stops people from just buffing people all the time and not actually helping the team out. And you know, it gives you rewards for helping your team out as well and getting kills, as you can throw out more buffs and then get more ammo, or more XP, sorry, and level up quicker. So I think that's a good idea, adding the replenishing if you do your objectives and stuff. That's a really good idea. Yeah, I just love the way in Brink how you need those 4 classes really to actually have your game work properly, because there's certain things some classes can do but some can't, so you'll always need that composition of all 4 at least. Obviously if you've got 6 people you'll have 2 of some, which you know, it's debatable what one's better. I'd always say 2 medics would be nice, just so if your team breaks off into like 2 groups, you can always have a medic with those groups. Yeah, so that's a great idea. I'd say engineer as well on Brink, because the extra damage is crazy. But yeah, so I'm not sure what the 4 classes would be called really. Obviously the revive or replenish would be called a medic. Maybe like the faster reload would be, I don't know. Detect enemy explosives would probably be a spy of some sort. The more ammo would be a soldier, see, because they would have more ammo. And a faster reload, would that be a marksman possibly, called marksman. They obviously, there's basically a more skilled soldier, so a faster reload would probably be better. Yeah, that's the class names then: medic, spy, or assassin, something like that. Spy, assassin, something like that. Soldier, and then marksman. So that's the 4 classes. So each of them have their own little ability. So yeah, that's Brink part over. And now we're going to talk about PSP. So I bought a PSP lately. It's quite cheap obviously now, because it's not the 3000 or the Slim or anything like that. It's just I think it's like a 2nd generation PSP. So it's nothing new, but still it does its job. I got Football Manager, which I'm a huge fan of. I play Football Manager for hours. Literally, when I first got it, that's obviously the only game I played, so I racked up like 4 seasons in the few days that my other games were arriving that I bought. So yeah, I like a good challenge on Football Manager. So, but sometimes I enjoy taking one of the big teams and you know, just going absolutely riot with their money, you know, buying the best players that I know of, and or scouting for new upcoming players is also good. When you find like a 16-year-old that's got insane stats, it's always, you know, quite rewarding, I'd say. To realise that you've found this new good player and it's going to be amazing for your team even though he's only like 18 or whatever. That's always good. There's a couple I found on, like, I think it was like 08, that I always bought on whatever team I was on, because they weren't expensive and they were just so young and so ridiculously good that they were always worth buying. Obviously back in the day, like a couple of years ago, Van den Boer and Vincent Company are always worth buying, because they were like $1 million each or something, and in a couple of years they were just so fantastic players that it was always worth the money. But now it's like, I think it's João Moutinho is one of them, plays for like Sporting Lisbon or something, Spain. He is fantastic. I think he's about 20, I think, most. And he's always goes to be a fantastic player. So he's like a defensive mid, I think. So definitely worth buying him, I'd say, if you don't normally. But yeah, other games, Final Fantasy Tactics. The first game I bought, literally after I bought the PSP, came home, loaded up Amazon and just bought it. Because I love Final Fantasy Tactics for the DS, the one I've got. And I thought, you know, Final Fantasy Tactics, it's on PSP, so I might as well buy it. It's a good, different storyline. Better graphics as well than the DS one that I've got. Actually no, it's not even DS, it's Game Boy Advance, so it's old school. The graphics aren't that great, but the game is fantastic. So yeah, I bought this new one. Haven't played it that much yet. I'm still getting like into it a little bit. I'll play it more, obviously, over the next few weeks. And there's my first pigeon in the game, like flying rats as they're called. But yeah, so that's a good thing. Anyway, so yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics. I love the whole like class. You've got to set up your class composition to get what you want, like from the fight. See if they're all spread out. You kind of want a ranger, so rangers do good damage, and you might not be able to get a hit off in your first attack round unless you've got a high ranged unit. So I always have a couple of mages and a ranger in my composition. Obviously you always want a healer as well, and obviously a couple of like melee classes, like a ninja is always good to put like effects on people, and then a warrior, just a straight up huge like melee damage, is also good as well. So a mixture of those, depending on what your most powerful is. I mean the range, like the magic casters can be anything really. It can be red mage, blue mage, black mage, summoner. All those, any of those really can do that job quite well. So whatever really fits that category, I suppose, fits in what you want to do there, would be good. So depending on preference really. Obviously black mage is you know, the standard Thundara and all that, Fire, Blizzara, those good spells. But summoner obviously uses summons to do damage, and they do a like large area of effect damage. So if you got close proximity people, obviously you want to use the summoner because they do good damage. But if you want to, you know, single target, I'd go with a black mage really. Sorry I keep yawning, it's quite early here. Got up early to get this video out on time, so I had a busy weekend at work. So. But yeah, Dissidia, another game that I've got. I've had really good reviews about it, so from friends and from like online sources. So I bought it, and that was another game I bought straight away as soon as I got the PSP. So it's like a fighting game basically, set in Final Fantasy world. So it's always going to be good. So you know, you got the huge armor sets and the ridiculous weapons, which is always good to, you know, watch. So yeah, I've got that. That's on the way. And other games that I might be getting in the future. Harvest Moon. Obviously, I've played Harvest Moon on Game Boy Advance as well, and really enjoyed it. I haven't played it for years, so I've been looking at PSP games. There's a couple of Harvest Moon ones, so I might check some of those out. So Ratchet and Clank, obviously huge fan of Ratchet and Clank series. I mean, it's one of my favourite game series of all time, so I'm sure that getting that would not be a bad thing. So yeah, that's another one. I love obviously the weapons that you can get in them. Some of them just do like crazy damage and stuff. They're really fun, like the animations of the bullets and all that. It's really good. They put a lot of effort into their weapons in that game, which is one of the highlights of that game. Obviously, it's what it's based around, really, their weapons, and obviously a bit of platforming and stuff like that. But yeah, Crisis Core. Obviously, a huge fan of Final Fantasy games myself, so Crisis Core's been out for a while on PSP, although it's still quite expensive because it is a Final Fantasy game, and Final Fantasy games are always quite expensive, even though they're like years old. There's a certain point where, if say it's quite old, it will go down in price, and then it will shoot back up in price again after it's skipped forward a little more and it's become a little bit older. So it's like that nice period where it's low in price and then it will shoot back up again, and you'll be paying like 40 quid for it again, like it's brand new, or like the older Final Fantasy is like 60 to 100 quid for a good one, which is crazy, but it's really worth it if you can find a good one. And the last one is Persona 3. It's another game I've heard a lot about. I haven't played any of the others, so it'd be a brand new experience for me if I did get it. So yeah, you're pretty much in the school the whole time, I think, but you can like summon monsters, so you know, it's always good. Sounds great game. Anyway, this video is wrapping up, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for episode 18. Keep watching and keep enjoying my videos. Thank you. Bye.